Good evening, good evening, everyone. How is everybody doing? Hope everybody is doing well. Welcome to Stu Queen B's Thoughts, y'all. I'm Stu Queen B. This is my channel. We are considered the real gladiators over here because we never give up and we never give in. Some of us are also millimeters, okay? And we stand on business. Like I said, I hope everyone is having a wonderful evening. This is a pre-record. Most of y'all should know by now because certain things I like to do and I like to get it out there so y'all can listen and pay attention and I don't interrupt y'all. So please do a queen a favor, please, and hit the like button when you come in. And if you forget to hit it on your way in, please hit it on your way out. I would appreciate that. It'll push us further out in the algorithm and let people know where we are. Okay. Also hit that reaction button. That's the one with the little heart and the 100%, the little party and the smiling face. Please hit that if you feel me. Okay. And leave your comment down below and let me know what you think and how you feel. Because, like I said, we are in full effect of Project 2025. The demon and his musketeers are just doing whatever, and it's insanity to me. So I said I'm gonna share some more news with y'all um, about this shenanigans and the funuckery that's going on. I'm trying to watch my mouth before the 10-minute mark, okay? But I'm gonna show y'all a couple of clips. So let me switch this out of here real quick and let me give you my little spiel. Okay, where'd it go? We are going over copyright claims, okay? Because copyright claims are in full effect. The videos that I will be showing are not my own. They are from other content creators or other news media, and we are allowed to use these videos for fair use purposes only. This is for entertainment purposes only. It is covered under the Copyright Act of 1976 from Section 107. It helps us for fair use purposes for showing for teaching, commenting, news reporting, criticism, scholarships, and research. We are talking about spreading the information of what's going on in this world and in this country that is falling apart. And I felt like it's only right for me to share what I learned. Also, I'm going to say a special shout out and thank you for not striking me to Mr. Roland Martin, um, to the one and only Tabitha Speaks Politics, um, Miss Rachel Maddow. Shout out to the Lincoln Project because I'll be using a clip from them as well. But I want y'all to see what they are doing with this government. We all are worried, and I'm gonna tell y'all I'm scared to death. I ain't gonna lie, because that demon has not been in office 90 days, and he is destroying everything. Like they are literally doing things that make no sense. So like I said, I appreciate if you when you stop by, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. I would appreciate that. Excuse me, I almost choked to death, y'all. Also, feel free to share the videos. If you find out any other information you feel is that we all should know, feel free to share it with me, okay? And I'll share it with everybody. But I just want y'all to see some of the stuff that is going on in this country because they have run amok. They have done so much damage, and I'm scared that there'll probably be no way to even repair the damage that they have done so far. Okay, and it's a little sad, and it's nerve wracking. So I'm gonna show y'all this. This is from the Lincoln Project. Again, it is covered under the Fair Use Act of 1976 under Section 107. I do believe it is. Am I right? I think it's 107. Let me make sure I'm right because I don't want to give y'all no wrong information. Yes, under Section 107. I was correct. Just wanted to make sure, y'all. Just wanted to make sure. Like I said, this is from the Lincoln Project. This happened 2 hours ago. And it says, how does this happen? The dummy that the orange demon put in a place, which is a pedo and a perv, Pete Hegseth accidentally texts a journalist secret war plans. Tell me how stupid is as stupid does. So let me click on this and I'm gonna play this for y'all because this is insane to me. Why would you want a bunch of dummies running the country? Why would anybody want a bunch of dummies running this country? Because that's all it is.
Paper forms belong in a museum.
Hold on, get off this commercial because I'm just blown
So
away
you
at
can
this.
send paper processing.
Hold on, here we go. Check this out, y'all.
cries like a little baby. So anyway, as you know, the big story of today is not that Donald Trump's lawyers went to court over the illegal deportations they engaged in this week or last week, and that they got their asses whipped like a rented mule by the court. A serious person. At some point before the strikes on the Houthi targets in Yemen, and by the way, there are no fans amongst of the Houthi anywhere. They added Mike Waltz, the National Security Advisor, added Jeffrey Goldberg to a signal chain. The people on that signal chain were Mike Waltz, the National Security Advisor, Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, J.D. Vance, a whole variety of folks who ordinarily would be included in a discussion chain on a national security matter, such as a planned strike on the Houthis. They didn't use what they call the high side. In my day, NiperNet and CyberNet and all these other communications apps that are available inside of a classified internet, a classified private government internet, to explain it as simply as I can. They use Signal. I love Signal. I use Signal. I'm a fan of Signal. Signal is as cryptographically robust as almost anything you're going to get as a civilian. Probably a lot more cryptographically robust than a lot of things that are out there being sold as better solutions. But they were planning military operations on Signal. This demands a congressional investigation. This demands a legal investigation. If we had a Department of Justice that functioned, every one of these men would right now be under investigation by the FBI. This is a massive counterintelligence breach. It's massive. This is a massive counterintelligence brief that Congress, that the intelligence committees of both House and Senate, and the oversight committees of both the House and the Senate, and the defense committees of both the House and the Senate must take up. Democrats, if you're listening, and I know some of you are, you have a point here by which to drag these sons of bitches over hot lava. You have a point here to show that the party that claims they're all for national security isn't. You have a point here where you can say that the Congress is an equal branch of government and demands its role in seeking accountability for the absolutely enormous security breach that these idiots engaged in. I seem to recall 8 years of Republican-led hearings about Hillary Clinton and her private email server, which she ought not have done, by the way. But the lurid nature of their descriptions of everything on that server was bullshit. Nothing prosecutable, nothing of that rose to the level where it deserved something like 800 hours of congressional hearings.
Thing is, the government, we all know the government has different ways to speak with one another, intelligence issues and all that stuff, but you have dummies like Pete Hegseth, the little perv and pedo, running around here sharing personal, highly classified information with people that have no business with that information. And all of those people that shared that email and that text message thread should all be in jail because it was illegal. Okay. Purely illegal. So let me give y'all some more stuff. Okay. Because the demon and his musketeers are running amok. Okay. Like I told y'all before the other day. But I want y'all to see the more stuff that this idiot is doing. Let me find it, y'all. Because yeah, they still have ICE arresting people. Now they have them in Boston, y'all. So we're gonna talk about this right here. It comes from WCYB Channel 5 in Boston News. Okay, check this out. This is just crazy to me of what they're doing to this country. And I know a lot of people want immigrants gone and all of this and that, but this country was built on the backs of immigrants. Everybody in this country is an immigrant unless you are Native American and you were born on this soil. Your ancestors came from this soil. Mine came from this soil because they were brought here and changed, just like most black people's families. So let me play this. Because I'm sick of it.
Coming to Boston, I'm bringing hell with me.
Promises kept by the Trump administration, bringing fear to several local communities.
I mean, last week was hit very hard, but it has been like that since he got into office.
ICE agents descending on Greater Boston, taking 370 people into custody. Border Czar Tom Homan says the 5-day operation started last Tuesday. Homan says the majority of the people in custody are, quote, significant criminals.
I grew up in this community, and that's not what I grew up with.
Gladys Vega with La Colaborativa in Chelsea says fear is now running through immigrant communities.
People are not showing up to doctor's appointments. They're not sending children to school. They're not going in huge numbers to the church.
1 month ago, Homan began a back and forth with Boston Police Commissioner Michael Cox, saying in this fiery CPAC speech,
I read a story last night, the police commissioner of Boston. You said you doubled down on not helping the law enforcement officers of ICE.
Sarah Sherman Stokes with the Immigrants' Rights and Human Trafficking Program at BU School of Law says that put a bullseye on Greater Boston.
It seems like ICE is targeting the city of Boston because the city of Boston has dared to stand up to their tactics of bullying.
Hold on. Now, let me say this. As I was saying before, I understand people are complaining about all the immigrants in this country. The United States is a melting pot, okay? It's a melting pot of different immigrants from different parts of the world. They come here for a better life because in a lot of countries, you can't live to the best of your ability. You can't supersede or surpass people that you believe that you have went to school for and that you have learned a trade and are doing positive things in your life. Now, every immigrant that comes from another country is not a criminal. It is not a rug dealer, is not a gang member, none of that. Most people that come to this country are looking for a better way of life. They're not coming here to cause hell and havoc. And the sad part to me is people need to understand that y'all may be mad. There's a lot of immigrants here, but who gonna do the jobs that the immigrants do? Because I'm gonna say this and being honest. Yeah, I know I'm always honest with stuff. But the crazy thing is, people of color have done those jobs for decades. Of hell, they was in slavery doing them and they weren't getting paid for it. So now people are complaining that there's so many immigrants here, but the immigrants are the ones that are doing the jobs that we won't do, and a lot of Caucasian people won't do. Also, they have to act like they need to remember that they also have people that they have every single day come here to the United States from Mexico and other countries to come here to work on fields and stuff like that. See, people don't make sense because they run around here and they vote against their what they need in their lives. And to me, that makes no sense. Instead of people using their God-given brain that God gave them, instead of them disliking or hating black women so bad or hating Kamala Harris, which did nothing but be the vice president for the last 4 years, she's the most qualified person on the planet to be president. But no, people wanted to be in their little feelings and their little funky feelings and say, no, I don't want to listen to no black woman. Most of y'all came from a black woman. If it wasn't for a woman, most y'all wouldn't be here. That's first and foremost. But second of all, that woman has served in different branches of government, and she was the most qualified person. The fact that she was a woman and the fact that she was black, she was the most qualified woman because nobody else has ever held those positions that she has to be in the White House. And she was already in the White House. But if y'all had voted for your interest in making sure that your kids are safe, your grandkids are safe, that your Social Security is safe, that your disability is safe, that your Medicaid is safe, that the Meals on Wheels won't be going nowhere, just like I just was informed earlier today that the Orange Demon and the Musketeers are eliminating the Section 8. So they have been starting to take Section 8 away from a lot of people that have it and a lot of people that need it. Some I hear people complain like, oh, a lot of people shouldn't be on it because they could work. A lot of people are working, but the rents are so high. The rents are so high, especially depending on where you live at in the United States. The rent is high as hell. And you could work 3 jobs sometimes and not afford your rent because the jobs don't pay nothing. See, if the jobs with their payouts would be more than what people would have to work 2 and 3 jobs, it would be different. It wouldn't be a lot of people on assistance to get Section 8. Section 8 is supposed to be a stepping stone. I understand the, but sometimes in this world, especially in the United States of America, it's expensive to live here. And some people do need that help. Now, I'm not talking about the people that can work all the time and that don't have no kids or have a couple of kids and they old enough to work for this. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about people like disabled, semi-disabled like myself. Um, People that have been through a lot in their lives that are either not emotionally sound, physically sound, um, financially sound. A lot of people need help. Now, if they would lower the cost of living, um, it probably wouldn't be so many people on assistance. And the reason why I talk about it is because I've had Section 8 before. But people need to realize Section 8 is not supposed to be forever. It's not. But sometimes it ends up being forever because the price and the cost of living keeps going up and up and up. Gas keeps going up. Food keeps going up. They act like because you could make $60,000 a year, $70,000 a year, but you're not getting all of that. And they like to go when they check you to see if you can get a loan for anything, they go by what you make. They don't care about what you bring home. Just like even with your rent or anything else, they don't go by what you make. They go by what you make, not what you bring home. They act like the taxes don't count. So that's part of the biggest problem that there ever is out there. But like I said, there are a lot of people that are here in this country that are not, that shouldn't be here. Yes, indeed. There may be some people that belong gang members and all that other stuff. Yes, I'm not saying there's not, but most of the people, that's not what they're here for. They're here for a better life. They're here for their children to have a better life because they couldn't have it in whatever country they came from. And it's sad to hold everybody accountable for other people's actions. I'm tired of everybody always making it seem like anybody that's not from here is a derelict or a criminal. They're not. Um, Most of the people, honestly, that are running around here doing the crazy shit is either Republicans or crazy racist people. It's not just regular people. Yes, we are overcrowded, but maybe if they would get rid of some of these cars, get rid of some of these jails, and I'm gonna tell y'all, like I'm always say it every time I do a live about the United States, whoever has a Tesla, I want y'all to get rid of it. Please get rid of that car. If you have any stock in Tesla, get rid of it. Don't go down with that dummy. Let him go down by himself. Since he wants to get all the government contracts, because that's what he's doing, the richest man in the world, that's not even an American, which makes no sense. I think his ass should be deported. What about y'all? I think he should be deported because he don't know what he's doing. He don't know nothing about the United States except about money. That's it. They don't care about us. They don't care about the people of this country. And people need to realize if you don't spend your money on those individuals, those rich people like Walmart and Target and Elon Musk and all of them, they won't continue to be rich. So pull your dollars back, put them back in your pocket. And like I said before, if you got money in the bank, get it out of there. Do what your grandmama and them used to do back in the day. Take that shit and hide it somewhere because you're going to mess around one day and look in your account and your money going to be gone. So be careful with your funds and your money and your credit cards. Make sure you're not being charged for stuff because they're being slick. I told y'all before that they started with Alabama and going into their accounts and taking the money back that Biden gave them to help with their utility bills. Well, the Orange Demon and his Musketeers took their asses in there and took the money back. So people's accounts are being overdrawn. So I want people to be safe and careful out there. Get you an American-made car. Get rid of that raggedy-ass Tesla and get you an American-made car. Anything that don't have nothing to do with neither one of them demons, get rid of it. Because they don't appreciate you. He don't appreciate your money or your dollars. and they don't respect you as a human being. See, they don't think us people of color are human. But we have more feelings and emotions than any of them do because they don't care about nothing but their pale ass skin. Okay. Let me continue playing this because, like I said, this is from. Hold on. Let me tell you where it's from. This is from 5 News, ABC 5 News, WCYB in Boston. So now they're going after the people in Boston. So I wonder if Boston is one of those safe haven places, because if it is, that's another reason why they're targeting them. But they're always targeting New York, and they're targeting other states. But just listen to this. Again, this is being used. This is fair use, and is covered under Sections 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. I'm allowed to use these for fair use purposes and for education, commenting, researching. That's what we're using this for. This is covered under the Fair Use Act of 1976 under Section 107. Let me finish playing this.
And aggression.
People living here say ICE raids have been going on since the Trump administration started. They say immigrants are being targeted, including non-criminals and people who have updated documents. We're live in Chelsea. Danae Bucci, WCVB News Center 5.
So I wanted to let y'all see what they're doing, because this is crazy. They're going after all these people. Deportation, but they're running them up. They just are. So give me a second. Hold on.
Facing a new legal test.
These are bad people that should have never been allowed into our country.
Today, Mr. Trump defended his administration's mass deportation policy, including the removal this month of alleged migrant gang members who were flown out and sent to an El Salvadoran prison under the Alien Enemies Act, which does not provide due process. The president says he declared members of the Venezuelan gang TDA as foreign terrorists subject to immediate expulsion.
We're getting the bad ones out first, and we're taking them out.
Today, a 3-judge federal appeals panel heard arguments as Trump administration lawyers seek to overturn Judge James Boasberg, who temporarily blocked deportates using the 18th century law. The administration says the judge went too far.
The district court's order represents an unprecedented and enormous intrusion upon the powers of the executive branch.
In court exchange, Judge Millett raised concerns about the deportations.
There were plane loads of people. There were no procedures in place to notify people. Nazis got better treatment under the Alien Enemy Act.
A literal reference to the law.
Now, the crazy thing about this, y'all, is he went back and used some old ass war paperwork to get those people out of the government. He had no right to do it. The judge said no, and he did it anyway. So they should hold all of those lives that he put on that plane. Don't nobody know if they're gang members or not. For any person that is hurt, unalived, or anything, he should be held responsible for each and every one of those people's lives because he had no right to do it. I'm tired of this dictator running around here acting like he's running the dictatorship. You're not in Russia. You're not you're not none of those other countries. This is the United States of America. This is supposed to be a free country. And the fact that this idiot is running around here deporting people, he don't know where they came from, who they are, and just want to say they the bad ones. He don't know. Just like he's the same asshole that said the January 6th rioters were violated by the police. Not that they unalive police officers, not that they smeared feces on the walls, not that they went and ran through people's offices, not that they were looking for ex-vice president Mike Pence and was trying to hang him. Not none of that. Not none of the people that got hurt and the officers and guards that got hurt matter. He makes it seem like he released all of those people out of jail, and a bunch of them have committed a bunch of other crimes that are way worse than what they did at the Capitol, but he don't care. He is destroying this country from the inside out. And if people don't wake up and stop sitting there twiddling their thumbs, you need to talk to people. Talk to your children. I don't care how old they are. You're going to have to start talking to your children and putting some new implementing some new things in your household to keep your children safe from this idiot and from the police, since he wants to allow police immunity to no matter what they do to people that they arrest. He don't care if they bump their head. He don't care if they put their foot on their neck. He don't care about none of that. He does not care. So I'm gonna need y'all to have some serious conversations, because I keep having it with my son too. And they're grown, but those are the ones that we have to be careful of as well, besides just the young children, the young ones, the older ones, because this government does not care. It does not see us as people. And that demon acts like he was here before the rest of us. Hell, I was here before he was. He don't even belong here. Hell, his mama said he was a derelict and he wasn't to be trusted. If your own mammy could say that, you know you're not to be trusted. His own mother said he was an idiot and a buffoon. His own mother said it. His own family don't like him. And he wants to pick with people and judges and lawyers that went against him for January 6th and all that stuff. Just like he wants to lock all those people up that found his ass guilty. You are guilty, you criminal. You 34 count criminal, felon with 2 impeachments. He should not even be in that White House. And the fact that the people of this country allowed him in there is insane to me. So I don't want to hear nothing. When people say something can't be done, I don't want to hear it. The Republicans and the Democrats need their asses beat because they are letting this fuckery continue. They are continuing to let this mess happen. There should be some rules, some law, something that stops an idiot like this fool from doing the shit that he's doing. He is tearing this country apart from the inside out, and the rest of us in this country will suffer before they will. I know they said it hits the red states worse, but it's still hitting everybody. Everybody. Just like they want to starve more children, want to give somebody $50 per child. That $50, that lucky if that lasts a week for one child. So the fact that they want to take Medicaid, we have all these children that need it, adults that need it, handicapped children, the vets. I mean, he is targeting every single person on this planet for a bum that never fought for this country, doesn't care about this country. He wiggled his way out of even serving this country, crying about some damn hill spurs. I'm sick of him. He should not be allowed to be in that office. But I'm going to end that with that part. So, again, like I said, they are messing with people. They are removing people and people because that's what the government said, but that's because that's what he said. Now, where is that other video I wanted to show y'all? Where did it go? Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Where did it go? Where did it go? I just want y'all to see these fools because they need to be seen. Oh, NBC DFW. This was a day ago. Let me show y'all this real quick. My girl Jasmine Crockett. The one and only Jasmine Crockett, y'all. Because these people should be ashamed of themselves, and they're not. And it's sad.
Let's talk first about this session, some of your goals. Is there anything you're trying to pass? How much of it is going on offense? How much of it is going on defense, trying to stop the Republicans?
Trying to pass? No. I should probably be a better politician and tell you yes. We've got all this amazing legislation that I can absolutely imagine Donald Trump signing into law, and I'm just not gonna lie. I think that right now it is about preserving our basics and getting back the norms that make sure that people have food on the table, the norms that make sure that people aren't going through any extra layer of stress when it comes to figuring out education for their kids. So right now, I can tell you that unfortunately, I am not working towards very much that I would consider being the progress train. Mm-hmm. I am working to make sure that I can minimize the regress train right now. And I think, and I hope that my district appreciates that I am being honest with them in the fact that I've not seen anything that aligns with who we are in Texas 30, that it seems like this administration is interested in pushing.
Hold on, y'all. Now, as I was saying, I'm going to go back to a different Jasmine Crockett because that's not really the one I wanted. But I just wanted to let y'all see, like, the shenanigans that is going on in this country. And how they are letting this fool just run amok. In our United States of America. We fought for this country. We pay our taxes in this country. Hold on, y'all. In our government. Even though she fights for Texas, she's fighting still for everybody else in this. People of this country deserve better. Cares about America, not somebody that wants to dismantle America, because that's what they're doing. They are dismantling America. They are dismantling everything that's in this club. Now, I want to show you Miss Rachel Maddow so she could break some stuff down to you from MSNBC. Again, it's used any video that I'm using is cut under the Copyright Act of 1976 from Section 107. It allows for fair use to show these videos. So YouTube, please stop blocking my videos and messing it up. But if it does, y'all, I have my banner running across the bottom of the screen. I put that up there because they don't mess with a lot of other people. They do mess with me. So if you would like to participate, or more, should I say, sow a seed to the channel and help keep it moving, feel free to do through some Cash App, PayPal. Feel free to buy a membership, okay? I would appreciate that. So let me go. No, that's 10 months ago. That's 1 month ago. That's not what I want. Hold on, y'all. Because I got some stuff I want to show. It's just some things y'all need to know. A lot of us are not trying to pay attention to the news because it's depressing as hell. It really, really is depressing as hell. But we still have to keep our eye on the ball because there's too much happening and going on in the rest of the world. Because the rest of the world affects us as well. Okay. Let me give y'all some I want to give y'all some Roland Martin. Hold on. It's something else I saw and I wanted to show it to y'all. Oh, shout out to Mr. Dr. Rashid. I think his name is Richie from Indisputable. Check this out. I forgot all about him. It's commentary as well sometimes. Come on, come on already.
Doge
Come on.
from accessing some of the Social Security data. Put it at full mass. I guess this is a victory. So Leland Dudek, acting.
Oh, come on. YouTube.
Social Security chief now says he will not shut down the agency after the new ruling. The acting commissioner of the Social Security Administration now says he is, quote, not shutting down the agency, end quote, after earlier suggesting he might do so in the wake of a judge's ruling limiting the Department of Government Efficiency's access to sensitive agency data. He received clarifying guidance about the judge's temporary restraining order related to the activities, okay? And it's...
Hold on, I'm going to read to y'all what this says because I know it's a little... It's a statement from Acting Commissioner Duke attempt about a temporary restraining order. Today, the court issues clarifying guidance about the temporary restraining order, TRO, related to Doge employees and Doge activities at the Social Security Administration Office, SSA. Therefore, I'm not shutting down the agency that the Orange Demon supports, keeping Social Security Office open and getting the right check to the right person at the right time. The Social Security Administration employees and their work will continue under the TRO. To get more Social Security news, follow the press office at it. Don't follow nothing on X. If you have a Twitter or whatever, delete that. Get all your information out of that Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it. Get all your information out of that shit and delete your Twitter page if you have one. Because Elon Musk already got enough of your information for being in Twitter. He's going into people's Social Securities. He wants to know all the information, how much money people get, where your money going, where it's coming from. They want to know all of that. So like I said before, hold your pocketbook close. Pin that shit to the inside of your bra. If you're a woman, if it's your inside of, if it's your man, stick it to your shoes. I don't care what you do. Put your money somewhere else. Take it out these banks. They about to start taking people money. I promise y'all. I'm not making this shit up. Okay, I'm not making it up. But a judge blocked the Demon Seeds thing because he's trying to shut down the government on us. Okay, so nobody can get their disability checks. Nobody can get their nobody care. I live in building places or stuff like that. It's bad enough that people that are old, the elder, don't have enough money to pay their bills, and some elders are still running around here having to work because they can't afford their bills. And that's the sad part. But this is for Mr. Roland Martin. Let me show y'all this. Okay. Shout out to Mr. Roland Martin. This is covered underneath the Fair Use Act of 1976 from Section 107. These videos are allowed to be shown underneath the Copyright Act of Fair Use Act. Get your little pretty self off the screen. Here we go.
All right, fam. I had no plans on doing anything to no plans on going live. I had a call this morning. And so they told me to take it easy. Didn't want me driving, so I'm not going to the studio, so got a guest host. But that was some news that dropped. And I just had to go ahead and hop on here and spend a little time with y'all. It is amazing to me how these idiots, Donald Trump, Peter Hegseth, J.D. Vance, and all these dumbass MAGA people could have the audacity and the unmitigated gall to talk about DEI and talk about merit and how they were restoring merit to the country. When these fools did something that just shows you how dumb they are. So check this out. Donald Trump's national security advisor, Mike Waltz, literally added a journalist, Jeffrey Goldberg, who is the editor-in-chief of The Atlantic, to a Signal group chat where they were discussing classified information about war plans and bombing Yemen. I know you're sitting here going, you've got to be kidding me. No, I'm not kidding you. Go request on Signal from a user identified as Michael Waltz. Signal is an open source encrypted messaging service popular with journalists and others who seek more privacy than other text messaging services are capable of delivering. I assume that the Michael Waltz in question was President Donald Trump's national security advisor. I did not assume, however, that the request was from the actual Michael Waltz. I've met him in the past, and though I didn't find it particularly strange that he might be reaching out to me, I did think it's somewhat unusual given the Trump administration's contentious relationship with journalists and Trump's periodic fixation on me specifically.
Now I stopped it because I didn't want to play the whole thing through. They really gonna get me on it. But I'm just saying, do y'all see the finockery that these fools are doing? They are causing so much chaos and disruption because they're so damn stupid. Like I said, stupid is as stupid does. These people are so stupid. The Orange Demon picked all these people from MSNBC News. I mean, not MSNBC News, from is it MSNBC? It might be MSNBC News. One of them news places, and he got all these freaking what they're doing. Don't have a clue, but you're running around here on a text message talking about war plans. That's not where that's supposed to be done. See, if they knew how to do their job for real, even JD Vance, I don't even know why that bastard is even the vice president, because he ain't did shit. He ain't doing but talking lies and telling stories. Okay. But this is insane to me. No government that we've ever had done this shit. Now, the only crooked bastard we really, really had, the worst, was what's that asshole's name? Nixon. This is worse than Nixon and anybody else. Because y'all are doing this stuff out in front of the world. That's the sad part, because see, the government before used to know how to move in silence, semi-silence at least. Now they don't have a clue what they're doing, because none of them have a clue about their job, what their responsibilities are. I bet you half of the stuff that's in those books they can't even read. But what I'm going to do is try to find me a copy of the Project 2025, and I'm going to read some stuff over to you. Not today, probably tomorrow. Not sure. But this will be on both my channels, Thoughts of Astute Queen Bee and Astute Queen Bee's Thoughts, because just in case they demonetize it over here, it'll still be on that channel. So most of the stuff will still be there. And and so I could share it with the world and everybody else can see it. So please feel free to share this video. I don't mind. I think we all need it, okay? To help us get through some of this shenanigans and fun on in this world. Let me see. Where am I at? Let me go back.
It immediately crossed my mind that someone could be masquerading as Waltz in order to somehow entrap me. It is not at all uncommon these days for nefarious actors to try to induce journalists to share information that could be used against them. I accepted the connection request, hoping that this was the actual national security advisor and that he wanted to chat about Ukraine or Iran or some other important matter. 2 days later, Thursday at 4:28 p.m., I received a notice that I was to be included in a Signal chat group. It was called the Houthi PC Small Group. A message to the group from Michael Waltz read as follows: Team, establishing a principals group for coordination on Houthis, particularly for over the next 72 hours. My deputy, Alex Wong, is pulling together a Tiger team at Deputy's Agency Chief of Staff level, following up from the meeting in the sit room this morning for action items, and we'll be sending that out later this evening. Over the following days, the members of the group chat, they actually debated action against them. Vice President J.D. Vance was on there, Secretary of Defense Peter Hegseth. They were literally commenting back and forth. What these fools were doing is illegal. That's first. You are not to use non-government communication methods to communicate with other officials. There's an actual law that says how you have to preserve communications, emails, text messages. So Signal, WhatsApp, Telegram, Wire, all of those different encrypted apps are not supposed to be used. That is a violation of law.
Now I know y'all heard that. It's a violation of the law. My bad, y'all. I had to put y'all on hold for a second, but let me finish this. Like I was saying, Mr. Roland Martin is giving y'all some information that y'all could use, and that is very important because we need to find out what they are doing with our country. And there will be another live tomorrow. Because I have some more to say. Okay. But let me finish playing this Mr. Roland Martin real quick. If it acts right.
Here you have the most senior administration officials, and these dumbasses are on a ceiling. What in the hell are these people thinking?
Okay, now that's that part. I ain't finished, y'all. I ain't finished. Hold on. Let me give y'all a little intermission while I find this video, okay? Because I'll be trying to keep y'all informed and let y'all know what the heck is going on. Because it is stressing me and giving me a headache on a regular, and I don't like it. So let me give y'all a little intermission while I look for the video I'm looking for, okay? Give me a second. Let me play. I'm gonna play that.
Hey, Bo. Will, what that is? Do you not get the concept?
And you don't.
Hold on, yo. I ain't playing. Hold on. Intermission.
Hey, Bo. Will, what that is? not get the concept?
Sorry, y'all. Don't know what is going on because it's acting goofy, but y'all know how StreamYard be streaming, okay? StreamYard be streaming. So wait a minute. I'm trying to find the Jasmine Crockett video that I was looking for. Because y'all know that's my girl, Jasmine Crockett. Because she be telling it like it is, whether they like it or not. Okay. Whether they like it or not. Give me 1 second. Where did it go? Oh, this is another young man that I started following. Well, he might not be young. He might be close to my age. I'm not sure. But his name is, so I'm going to share his video. His name is Smart Money Bro. Okay. And this is letting y'all know about the tariffs that are in place right now. Okay. Because we got to be prepared, y'all. Got to. Do you think price is going down? Because the idiot don't know what he's doing. They never know what they doing.
Talk to the investors out there, right? You need to get ready for Trump's tariffs and be prepared on how you can take advantage of these opportunities that are upcoming if these tariffs actually materialize. Look, I want you to understand as an investor that just because something bad is happening in
Sorry, y'all. It's StreamYard. It's StreamYard. And I don't know why, but it's acting goofy.
economy, it doesn't mean it has to be bad for you, right? There's opportunities that may arise based on these tariffs, and I want you to be prepared for them. There was just a story that came out today that is showing that these tariffs may be sort of tampering down just a little bit. Right. There was a lot of rhetoric about what may happen April 2nd at the start of these tariffs, when these tariffs really go into effect. But there were some developments that I think you need to pay attention to as an investor, as a consumer, right, that happened today. Because, hey, I don't want you to waste these opportunities as an investor. So, guys, this article was from today. So, guys, this article was from yesterday on CBS. And I always tell you guys to understand where you're getting your source from. This is CBS. So pay attention in terms of how it's worded, right? Trump's tariffs on April 2nd will be narrower than previously threatened. Now, the article goes on to say, and I'm not going to read everything for you verbatim, right, word for word, but it says Trump's plan for reciprocal tariffs to start on April 2nd is expected to be more targeted and more narrower than what the president has vowed in the past. But the plan is still under discussion. The fresh round of duties or taxes, however, would still mark a significant escalation for the U.S. and its trading partners. Now, back in February, Trump ordered federal agencies of virtually every U.S. trading partner and evaluate what.
Did the wrong thing. Now, as what was being said is there are going to be a lot of tariffs on stuff. They already know that there's a tariffs on aluminum. There are tariffs on certain products that come out of other countries and not from the United States. We're going to have a big, huge problem with vehicles being made, computers being made, televisions being made, radios being made, all kinds of things, car starters, everything, because a lot of products do not come from the United States of America. So since they don't come from the United States of America, they're going to have to come from another country. Now, thank God I live in Jersey and not New York, because I feel sorry for the people in New York and Canada and stuff, because Canada said if that demon does not fix what's going on, he's going to put a 25% tax on the United States. And if they have to, they will cut off the power grids for New York and the other areas. And that means that New York and other areas close to Canada will have no lights, no electricity, no nothing. Why? Because the orange demon and his musketeers are playing with our lives as if it's fucking Monopoly. So like I said, I wasn't going to read it all, and I didn't want to take it too far to know. I might have to show Jasmine Crockett in another video because this has already lasted an hour and I didn't think it was going to last that long. But I hope that y'all enjoyed this information or use it to the best of your ability, and do some searching yourself to find out what else is still going on. Like I said, I'm going to get some more information on Project 2025, and we're going to talk about that. Like I said, I'd appreciate it when anybody comes through. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. I would appreciate that, and feel free to share the video. And like I said before, this video will most likely not be monetized, so if you would like to participate and give to the channel, feel free to do so through Cash App or PayPal at Astute Queen B, or feel free super chat, super sticker, super thanks. They have little gifts. I don't know where they went, but they said you could buy those as well, or feel free to buy a membership. It's up to you. So y'all let me know y'all thoughts down below, how you think, how you feel. And we'll talk about this later because this is very important and it needs to be discussed. And again, please have some conversations with your grown adult children. If you have teenagers, have some conversation with them to let them know what's going on in this world. Because, our kids don't be really caring about that stuff. Oh, they don't affect me. It does affect them. Just like it's affecting black college, HBCUs, it's affecting all of that. They're taking funding away from those colleges and other things. Y'all know they have dismantled the Department of Education. They're doing that with the Department of Justice and a couple of other organizations they are trying to dismantle that keep America running. But now it's on its way out the door. For us to be the richest country in the world, we can no longer be that, because we have demons and musketeers disrupting and destroying America values. There is no democracy in America anymore. That is gone and it is over with. They also want to take us back to the days of separation and segregation. Now that may work some good for us as people of color, and it may work bad, because sometimes if we have people of our own teaching our children, they may learn properly instead of the bullcrap that these Caucasian and other teachers are trying to teach our children that are not facts. They are fiction and made up. That's why they want to get rid of all the Black history books, because they don't want nobody to know nothing about it. Just like they got rid of taking away Jackie Robinson and a couple of other people's information out of school books and history books to make it seem like Black folks ain't never did a damn thing when we've done everything. We are not our parents or our grandparents. We are not going to sit still and think y'all going to push us back into slavery, because we are not built like that and we ain't getting ready to do that. So y'all let me know what y'all think down below. I'd appreciate it. Y'all have a wonderful night. I know it's late, but I'm going to get this out to y'all tonight. So with that being said, y'all have a blessed night. And it's Astute Queen Bee out. Let me send y'all with a little prayer while I'm at it, and then I'm going to log out. All right? Have a good night, y'all.
You're a different type of delusional when you try to seek revenge on people that you created problems with. Ah! Oh God, you are definitely delusional when you make up so many fantastical, outlandish lies about a person to where you even start believing those lies to be real. Oh my God, what in the world? You real delusional if you play victim in the story when you are really the monster. You the villain in the story, baby. And you play victim. That's real delusional for you to try to pretend like you don't know why a person don't rock with you or why they don't like you. Why they delete me? Why they block me? What I do? What you mean what you do? Like, there's no way that you can pretend like you ain't the one who's been creating the problems. Jumping from phone to phone to phone to phone with different stories to try to tear somebody down because you don't feel good about yourself. Oh my Lord.
Hey, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Bobby. Don't pay us by this video. We're in a season of our life where you have to allow God to do what God needs to do in your life. In order for you to reach the land with the milk and honey, you gotta let go of your old so you can step into your new. Okay? That's just like the story with the Israelites, and they was in Egypt. You understand? And God sent Moses to free them from slavery from 40 years. And some of you are still stuck in your days and mind of Egypt. And now the only way that God can free you if you let go of your past, let go of everything that's of old, so you can be able to welcome your new. But first, in order to welcome your new, you have to work on you. You have to allow God to be God. You have to allow God to renew your mind. The Bible says, if you make one step, he'll make two. Do you know when the Israelites saw the land with the milk and honey, it was something in the middle that was dividing them from reaching the land with the milk and honey? That was the Red Sea. And if you realize that the Red Sea, in order for them to get to the other side, they had to, for one, be able to defeat their past, which was, oh my God, which was Pharaoh and the chariots. But one thing about God allowed Moses to have power in his hand, which was in the rod, to depart the Red Sea. And the enemies, their enemies, which was Pharaoh, came after them. Pharaoh was so boastful. Pharaoh didn't want to change his heart at all. And Pharaoh ended up dying. So at the end of the day, see, your old got to die, so God can allow your new beginning. Oh God, so your new beginning can rise. So get ready, get prepared for what God has for you.